growing up, there was this narrative that my mother used to tell about how she really wanted to be an artist. I kind of wonder how many women wanted to go into creative fields but didn't, and then this generation is sort of fulfilling their dreams. I grew up in a pretty staunch atheist household, in a very Christian community. I always feel like faith was something I missed out on. Like I had a void where everyone else had faith. As an adult, I think it's been a sort of my lifelong struggle to redefine a lack of faith, not as a void, but as a full cup. Part of the full cup is being in that awe state of a vast space or of a complex relationship. Recently, I've been really inspired by whatever Margaret likes. And Margaret is my daughter. In turn, I have this sort of rebirth of love or interest in these sort of smaller things. When I think about imagined spaces, I think all of my memory and all of the past as imagined. And then when I think about what is real in those spaces, I think the reality is the sort of hidden longings or associations or needs that I'm sort of working through. That's where the real is, and not in the sort of physicality of wallpaper. The piece is called We'll Try Again Tomorrow. For me, no one's there, and in my mind, it's sort of an invitation for the viewer to imagine themselves within it with maybe someone they care about. For me, there's this sort of implied time and space for each other in it, sort of having a long conversation, or also the sort of longing to be with someone else and having infinite time on your side. I kind of use the tools that I have, which are these sort of simplistic drawing or uncomplicated sort of image making along with text to sort of embed the most meaning in the smallest amount of space. I like Sumi ink because it's immediate. I feel like those lines can carry this sort of really subtle and complex mood and desires with a simple gesture. There was just something very tactile about spreading ink on paper. Maybe it's a printer thing too, kind of shoving your hand into a bag of beans. Color was this complexity that I just couldn't take on. I could barely handle figuring out tonal differences and trying to figure out things that other people agreed represented the same thing that I was intending them to. Leah Rosenberg was changing studios. I begged her for her old paint cans because I was feeling really stuck and I didn't know where to go. When you have nowhere else to go, I think it's going to the hardest spots seems always the most interesting, for better or worse.